Hello my friends, the new wipe is upon us and with it some new LARPer edgelords that, badass bosses with beards and skulls. This dude's probably a trucker. And so I spent hours dying to them repeatedly so you don't have to. Here's everything you need to know about fighting the new rogue bosses. First off, where and when do they spawn? The short answer is I don't fucking know. The long answer is that we don't have the data this early on, but what we do know is that they have a very low chance to spawn across different maps and in different places. I'm not sure it's supposed to ever be predictable at all because lore-wise their motives and missions are a big mystery to everyone. They're always wandering all over the place, nobody knows why. But let's see if some of the more dedicated gamers out there can see the pattern in the numbers for us. That said, all the boss footage in this video was gathered in offline raids. Which is sad, I wish I could tell you this shit show happened in an online raid. Up to a great start. But yeah, if you want to check them out for yourself, just enable bosses in the offline raid and they'll spawn 100% of the time. Now let's get into the specifics. There are 3 bosses and they always spawn together. So you got Racist Santa, School Shooter, and Alt-Right Lil Yachty. Let's start with the juicy part. What kind of gear do they have? So Knight is an assault specialist according to the patch notes. And I mean, just look at him. He looks like he eats restraining orders for breakfast. His gear is relatively simple. In my experience, he'll have a 7.62 NATO scope primary weapon carrying all types of ammo in the game. So sometimes you get something cool like M61, sometimes you get some butt shit BCP instead. Gee, wow, just what I wanted, thanks. I've seen him with scars and NDRs so far. He'll also have a neat little modded Glock 17. I always had regular PST ammo in it, but I might just gotten unlucky. He has a new high durability class 5 armored chest rig with 18 slots, carrying extra mags for both of his guns. You can also take his gamer mask and become Lil Yachty yourself. That's about it, not much to tell. Now, Birdeye is an edgy sniper dude, specializing in edgy sniper dude things. He'll always have a sniper rifle primary in the same ammo pool as Knight. I've seen this M700 in SARSAS, but the wiki says he can also have this SR25. He has a stock M9 with a flashlight and this neat M4A1 as secondary. The M4 comes with 60 rounders sometimes, and I'll either have M855A1 or this garbage 20 pan ammo. Generally, the 5A1 comes in 30 rounders, which will be in his new 3x3 chest rig with 18 slots. He often has no armor, but I've seen him wearing this little Thor too. Also has this heavy-ass radio backpack with only 14 slots, probably gonna be a quest or hideout item. And finally, our man
Beeg Pipe.
She can go lower than I ever really thought she could. Face down.
He's got this nice MCX primary with M62 or AP ammo. Of course he has a 1911 platform without even a flashlight on it. Just look at him, fucking boomer. And the spicy part, he can have the old single shot grenade launcher or he can have the new 6-round one. This thing is really cool. I had the brilliant idea to run some tests on the arming distance, range, damage, and stuff to tell y'all, but I already used up all the ammo fucking around, didn't have enough to do anything. Stupid ass. Anyway, sometimes he'll have a GL, but he'll often have this piece of shit instead. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Other than that, he also has a new class 5 armored chest rig. His vest and pockets are gonna be filled with 40 mics for the GL. Trailer park drip wise, you can pick up anything but the beard. You got the ear pro, pirate bandana, meth pipe, and custom wife beater glasses. Fucking Beeg Pipe. Out of the 3 of them, of course this one gets the porn star name. Why do they call you Beeg Pipe, daddy? I got a big old dick. Anyway, one thing to note is that all their guns will be in dog shit condition. I'm talking often worse than regular scav weapons. Pockets wise, they do spawn regular boss loot, meds, injectors, keys, key cards. But good stuff seems to be a lot more uncommon than the other ones. Such small sample size, only pattern I could draw is that Beeg Pipe seems to really like his Tarkov. Now for the most relevant part, how do they behave and how do you deal with them? First off, they have some specific locations where they can spawn on each map. The confirmed ones are water treatment plant in the chalet at Lighthouse, castle and crack house on customs, the scav bunker with the antenna on woods, and the weather station on shoreline. Their aim, just like that of other bosses, is complete bullshit. You often get a warning shot where they miss a few rounds, but next time you peek, just instantly eat shit. Also, don't expect foliage to do absolutely any concealment for you. They'll just X-ray you through it. Then again, thermal vision seems to be a feature of any AI in Tarkov, so nothing new there. So they have that same thing as other bosses where they'll take an extra second to start shooting and sometimes will inexplicably take many seconds. Like, yeah, I don't know why they didn't just shoot me there. They tend to keep their distance from each other, but we always coordinate perfectly in combat. In Lighthouse, regular rogues will also communicate with them about players they spotted and stuff. But other than rogues, every single faction in the game is hostile to them. They'll even shoot AI scavs, so no penalty for killing them as scavs. They're somewhat smart in combat compared to other bosses. The general approach to firefights seems to be rushing the shit out of you from multiple directions. Once one of them spots you, Knight and Beeg Pipe rush you relentlessly. Where the fuck did that guy come from? Birdeye will generally try to keep his distance and hold the angle where they last saw you while the others rush, which makes re-peeking very dangerous. But he'll also rush forward to get a new line of sight on you. He's just a lot less aggressive than the other two. A big difference from other bosses is that they always look to coordinately rush towards you at an angle from where you last saw them. Simple but very effective flanks. Like this clip for example. Notice how they spot me from castle and rather than run straight out, Knight runs way wide to my left while Beeg Pipe comes out and to the right. They did this consistently most of the times I fought them. But that's not always the case. You can still catch them just rushing pushing in one after the other, depending on where you're aggroing them from. They also seem to have the ability to reflank rather than just pushing on indefinitely. Like here, I missed my chance to kill Knight through this door, and instead of trying again, he seems to evaluate my new position and try a different angle, coming in through the second floor door and flanking me like a ball. It made me look stupid. If you're used to fighting bosses, you know how usually they just brainlessly walk straight towards you in single file. However, notice how he did this without a single footstep sound until he was right next to me. I don't know how much of my experience was them having dead quiet footsteps and how much was Tarkov's audio being a bag of roasted dog penis as usual. But they seem to sneak up on me all the time, especially Knight. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna run in as soon as I start looting again, isn't he? Piece of shit. I can say it's been by far the coolest boss fight experience I've had.
Take this, you motherfuckers! Ha!
Feels more active rather than cheesy like the others usually are. Plus, they'll do some cool tactical stuff like suppressive fire and using smokes to do something. I don't know what the smoke here did, but it sure looked cool and tactical. That's it, let's get into strategies or how to not get his big pipe shoved down your windpipe. While they do seem more aggressive and coordinated than other bosses, they're still susceptible to the same boss fighting cheese tactics like slow leaning into headshots and stuff. I'm not gonna go into too much detail on that here because there are plenty of videos on the subject. But you know, if y'all want, I can make one myself later. So you should subscribe and hit the little bell so you don't miss it. And also hit the like, sorry, y'all shut the fuck up. Anyway, first off, their spawn chance is very low and their location is unpredictable. So unlike with other bosses, there's no point in thinking about a specific goon squad killing loadout. Not much preparation you can do, you'll just have to fight them with whatever you happen to have on you. Health-wise, they have a lot of it. Plus with the class 5 body armor, forget about going for chest shots on these two unless you got high penetration. Birdeye often has no armor, but it's still gonna take about double the chest shots to kill him than it would a PMC. They will also take 2 headshots to kill with most ammo. Just do the math depending on what you have so there are no surprises. Fighting them out in the open or getting into aim duels is just very unfavorable. This dude has more than double your health and shoots with 0 recoil perfect accuracy. Meanwhile, you can't even hit scavs standing still sometimes. Scrub. But for real, it's a bad idea to go for straight up fights because A, they flank you, so you're gonna be getting hit from the front and back at the same time, like in a good Friday night. And B, they cover each other very well, so you never know when you're gonna be peeking one and getting shot by the other. The rushing makes it a lot harder to be proactive against them than with most bosses. Somewhat like fighting 2 killers. If you miss your opening, you just gotta retreat and try again. Insisting on a matter will get you spanked.
No, sorry, didn't mean it.
And speaking of retreating, the most helpful thing I discovered to deal with the rushing is that there's a hard boundary to where they can move to. They have the zone where they'll rush you no matter where you are, but beyond that, they'll just sit and watch until they lose interest. At which point, you can start slowly peeking again to see if you can catch them lacking. In customs, for example, they'll move anywhere around this castle and crack house area, but once I moved past the gate at Old Gas or past the wall towards RUAF, they just stopped and kept moving around the other side. From there, it was a lot easier to isolate them and get openings. You'll still find them out in the open staring at a wall, though trying to spot them first is very hard and slow. They could be anywhere and they can see you a lot faster than you can see them. But if you bait them from the edge of their zone, you can run back to safe ground and have a lot less angles to clear when peeking again, since they'll all have moved close to where they last spotted you. This baiting was my preferred way to deal with them, not just using the boundaries, but also getting myself into a closed space with few entrances. That would funnel them into rushing me from a predictable direction at least, and get up close where I could full auto more effectively. One thing to note is that if you kill Knight and Beeg Pipe first, Birdeye will be a lot harder to find. He'll no longer be moving up trying to cover them, and instead will be sneaking around waiting for his chance to laser your head off.
That's about right.
I swear, it's like this asshole knows when you stop paying attention. Yep. And that's about all I can tell you today. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the video helpful and entertaining. I busted my ass getting it done as fast as I did. Didn't help that my voice was fucked from yelling out helpful advice to the team on captaining at this soccer tournament.
Have you tried not being so fucking garbage all the time?
Hit that like, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell and all that good shit.
Let me know how you feel in the comments. I love reading them and it helps with the algorithm.
Anyway, hope you have a good day and good hunting, my friend. Tell me how it goes.